Hey everybody, welcome to the first Team Titus and Team FitFAM. We thought that it would be a good time to start with if we talked.
You want to see my whole face?
Yeah, we thought it would be a good place to start talking about success partners, because that's what we are, and that's why we're here today. So I'm just going to introduce myself real quick. Obviously, a few of you know who I am, but I'm going to do it anyways, just a little intro so that the Team Titus people can also know who I am, then Chrissy is, and then we will go on. Hi, Elizabeth. Okay. I'm actually setting a timer. Okay.
No pressure.
So I'm Larissa Zazula. April will be my 3-year anniversary as a Team Beachbody coach. I started this for my own self. I was overweight. I just didn't feel like myself anymore. I never had any issues with weight before. I say that, but actually I did struggle on the opposite end of the spectrum before, when I was going through a really, really hard time in my life. So I have been 105 pounds and I've been 205 pounds. When I started, I had just had my second baby. And with my first, I developed preeclampsia. I gained 80 pounds with my pregnancy, and I just totally kind of lost myself in that. So anyways, I waited until after I had Chloe, and I was telling Chrissy today, one of the things that kind of started my journey was this moment I had sitting in the closet crying about my myself, my clothes, feeling like I just wasn't worthy, feeling completely depressed, no confidence, and overweight. And I thought to myself, my gosh, what would I say to Chloe if you know, as her mom, if she was in this state that I'm in today? And so I had to start saying those things to myself. And that was my Beachbody beginning, right? I started saying those things to myself, that I mattered, that I could do it, that I should take time for myself, that I deserved, you know, to have clothes that fit, that I deserved to pull away, that I could do it no matter what other demands were placed on me as a mom. And so I just continued on that path, and I was able to reach some pretty amazing goals for myself, my health, my business. My business grew pretty quick. And within, I think it was like 3 months after I started officially coaching, I became a diamond coach. And it just seemed so easy. And it was my passion, and it still is my passion. So 3 years later, I'm here. I love coaching. It's something that I would never quit, because it's a part of me, because it's changed my life. Even though right now I'm kind of in this weird state of like, I'm kind of torn between two worlds right now, with my own personal journey, struggling again, and those things. I'm here, and coaching is something I love. I love my team. I love Chrissy. I love to combine with Team Titus, because I think that together we can really do amazing things. Chrissy, take it away. I went too long.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. I love you. Okay, so June, how old will I be in June? 3 years? I don't know. I think it's 3. Yeah, because we're about the same age coach-wise. So, yeah, so 3 years, I will be a Beachbody coach for 3 years in June. I started as a customer. Very similar story to Larissa. I was pregnant, gained a whole mess of weight with both pregnancies, and ended there in a postpartum depression, lacking an identity other than, spit up, cleaner upper, and ASS wiper, and had 2 amazing boys who I loved so much. But yeah, I was lacking that identity. I needed to do it for me, for my mental wellness mostly. I was suffering from postpartum depression and postpartum anxiety. I was medicated. I also self-medicated with food and alcohol. And I was just in a very deep, dark place. And I ran into a friend who I hadn't seen in months. And she looked, and I was like, what? What did you do? Sign me up, take all my money. And she said, I've been drinking Shakeology and doing Turbo Fire. I was like, I don't care what you're doing. She lost like 70 pounds in 6, 7, 8 months, I guess. So I was just like, the eyes coming out of the head. I bought my challenge pack, my Turbo Fire and Shakeology, without telling my husband. P.S. I'm a stay-at-home mom. If I didn't make that perfectly clear in the beginning, I had no income of my own. And I literally was like, let's just charge it on his credit card. And it came in the mail, and he was like, what the hell is this? And I was like, honey, I'm going to be skinny again, and he's so beat down by all the stuff that I buy. It caused a little fight in the beginning. I was like, just give me 30 days. And mind you, he gained some sympathy weight while we were there in the trenches in the early years, because cooking was not something I was interested in. Healthy food definitely is not an option when you think quick. It's drive-through, it's pizza. That's what we lived off of for 2-3 years. So I said, give me 3 months, or give me 30 days. And I think the next day or 2 days later, he said, you know what, I'm going to do this with you. We're going to do it together. He wasn't going to do Turbo and drink Shakeology, but he was going to eat better. We were going to track our calories. He was supporting me, which was great. And of course, he lost like 50 pounds in 3 days. And I'm struggling in the 30 days. I'm still committed and still doing it, but I think I only lost about 7 pounds. And he was just like, honey, you got to be honest with yourself. Are you really tracking what you're eating? And that's when I really buckled down. And over, a few months' time, I lost 45 pounds. And I became a believer. I just believed in the products. I believed in the opportunity, and I wanted to help other people do it. And like Larissa, I've seen success. I've built a team of other women and mothers who, just want to rock this. They're either the discount coach, they want to, enjoy the products, or they're ready to rock it too. And I've surrounded myself with these amazing women. In a few months, well, I guess last summer, when did we meet, Larissa? Last summer, wasn't it?
It wasn't that long after Summit.
So yeah, it would have been September. So I went to Vegas Summit 2 years ago, Nashville Summit this last year, and just came off really knowing that I needed a success partner that wasn't within my own downline, because I felt like having downline coaches as my success partner, we'll probably touch on this a little bit more later, kind of sets the downline coach, the one that's further down the line, kind of up for failure a little bit, because how well they do directly reflects what your success. So I think it puts a whole lot of pressure on them. So I decided I wanted to reach outside of my team and my organization to find my success partner. And so I put a success partner singles ad on Beachbody Champions page, and Larissa responded, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And we talked, and I was like, where have you been all my life? And she's amazing. And since then, her and I, it's the craziest thing. We are experiencing the business in the exact same flow. When we're on the mountaintop, we're both up there. When we're in the valley, we're both there. She's had the similar situations. It's just the craziest thing. So my whole point, and she's going to get to the education part of the call and the training more so, doing this business with someone else is so crucial, because you're going to have those moments when you're just like, do I really want to do this another day? And you're going to have that person who's just counting on you to keep going. And if I didn't have her, I always say I don't want to quit, but I threaten to quit like 16 times a day. But I really do attribute the fact that I'm still here to her and her relationship and the accountability that she provides. So that's me. And I love you guys. I love Team FitFAM. You guys are amazing. Yeah.
No, we love you. Really.
I love you more.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so excited.
Okay, should I go with?
Yeah, do your LOL and I'll sign on my computer and then I'll share mine.
Okay.
LOL.
LOL. Okay, so if you are an early Team FitFammer, you'll remember something that I did in the beginning called the Team FitFam LOLs. These are the the live out loud. The live out loud awards, the recognition that I love to do for my team. It's just the living out loud is basically when somebody does a post, it just connects, you know? It doesn't have to be like 17 paragraphs long. It doesn't have to be a Shakeology picture. It doesn't have, like, there's no one thing, but there are some things that always combine to make it a really good post. And those are the things that I like to recognize. So we are going to, on every call, we're doing these every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, hi. I love when the hubbies join. Okay, every 2 weeks, every 2 weeks we're doing these calls, and we will each be recognizing someone from our team who has one of those LOL posts that we want to recognize. And so I'm going to do a screen share here. I'm still trying to get coordinated with screen sharing and this. So here we go. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so the Team FitFam LOL for this 2 weeks.
Woo-woo.
The lovely Alex Rodriguez. Alex has been a coach. I don't even know how long Alex has been here for the duration, and she is always consistent, and she is always just being herself, which to me is the perfect example of a living out loud post. So Alex says, I woke up like this, seriously, not with the weight in my hand, but the no makeup crazy hair is a norm for my mornings. I had a rough night's sleep with a coughing, whining 3-year-old who's now all crazy and sleep deprived running in a circle behind me. For real though, I need this short me time. Weights make me happy. I already know I will have to pause it to wipe some boogers or bleach some vomit, but I need this. I hope your Monday is booger free. And so I just did a little thing here to talk about why this works. Alex is connecting in a really authentic way. She knows her brand. You can tell by this post. She is connecting with moms who, who need a little bit of me time. No matter what else is going on in their lives, they need that little bit of me time for sanity, right? So Alex is speaking really well to them. She's not she's not selling anything. She's just living her life out loud, and it works. So Alex, way to go, girl. You are so good at this. You are so consistent with this, and I have just always enjoyed all of Alex's posts. Not to mention that last month she was at Success Club. I can't remember if it was 8 or 9. So way to go, Alex. Yay! Okay, I'm going to stop my screen share.
Awesome. Now, can I screen share? Let's see. Oh, I love when things work. Oh, okay. So here's mine. Can you guys see that? Is it nice and big? Hello. Okay. So my LOL for the week is Miss Chelsea Hodges. She's not on the call. She'll probably listen to our playback. But Chelsea really, as of late, has gotten really great at sharing her journey and sharing her story. She was not good at that in the beginning. She came in like most coaches, very nervous, not wanting, to put anything out there. What will people think of me? I don't know what to say. All the same issues that we all have as newer coaches. But her journey this week took a really huge turn, and she had a really big non-scale victory, which I personally love to celebrate more so than the pounds lost, because I feel like the NSVs are typically more health related. But she shared this in our group, and then she shared it on her post on her wall yesterday, and or Friday actually. And she says, I shared this in my health and fitness group yesterday, but forgot to share it here. The slap in the face for me to change my life was my blood pressure, which thank goodness is currently perfect. But I never really knew what my resting beats per minute were until I was gifted a Fitbit for Christmas. Thanks, Mom and Dad. So here is my current NSV. Now I know Fitbits aren't as accurate as a chest strap, but my resting beats per minute has significantly decreased since Christmas. When she started tracking, it was 80. Now it's in the 60s, which you guys, that's huge. So here she's celebrating. It's not something in your face like, oh, I lost a bunch of weight. She's promoting the fact that she's healthy. And that's really what it's about for the majority of us moms. It starts as, a vain reason. We don't like the way we look in our pants. Things are spilling out of certain places. We don't like that. But I think what keeps us on this emotional journey, because it's hard, right? It's hard to lose 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 pounds, is when we get those health victories. Like we go to the doctor, we get a good physical or whatever. We get those kind of victories. So you guys celebrate those. So that's my LOL for the week. Way to go, Chelsea.
Love it. Love it. Very good. It's just so important that we're sharing our journeys, And all right, so I am going to, I've heard about this before from some upline coaches, but there's this dynamic between the preacher and the teacher. And so today we're going to kind of play with that a little bit, and I'm going to be the teacher. Chrissy's going to be the preacher. But this is something that you think about when you're doing your own team calls, or when you're, relating to your challenge groups or whatever, to keep that in mind, because some people are just, I think personally, I'm like, wow, like preacher, wow. But I may not ever leave anyone with hard steps. What can I do? What should I be doing? So I'm excited to try that out today. And I'm going to screen share again, talking about success partners. Okay. Please hold. Oh, God.
Yes, if you don't communicate in sound effects and emojis, we can't be friends.
No. Okay, I have found it. All right, you guys. Here we go. Okay. All right, success partners. Yay. With bullet points.
Holler, look at all this creativity.
Look at that. Okay, so, and I have to attribute this to really working with Chrissy, and this is part of that, stretching yourself, because this is not in my wheelhouse.
I need a new jacket, you guys. I'm wearing the same jacket. Time for a new jacket.
What are you doing? Okay, so I am going to talk about, this book I'm reading, and this was in there today. He was talking about how important accountability is. And so accountability partner, success partner, kind of the same thing. In this book, he's saying how important it is. While you're even reading this book, 95% of the books that are read, people actually don't take the action steps in them. So they read, right? They're these collectors of information, but they never apply anything. Adding a success partner, an accountability partner, that changes the game. It really does. So I'm just going to read this from the book. The link between success and accountability is irrefutable. Virtually all highly successful people, from CEOs to professional athletes to the President of the United States, embrace a high degree of accountability. It gives them the leverage they need to take action and create results, even when they don't feel like it. Without it, we'd have a lot more pro athletes skipping practice and CEOs spending their days playing words with friends on their iPhones. Accountability is the act of being responsible to someone else for some action or result. Very little happens in this world or in your life without some form of accountability. Virtually every positive result you and I produced from birth to age 18 was thanks to the accountability provided for us by the adults in our lives. And I have to say that with my relationship with Chrissy, like she was saying, like we have been on the same highs and lows. And I think we both met at a peak time in our business, and we've kind of really gone through this crazy ups and downs together. Things I've totally never experienced, but without Chrissy in my life, I mean, like she was saying, going to your downline or within your own organization, it just might not be the most beneficial thing for anyone. There's a book I read, I don't remember what it is. It's a pretty common network marketing book, but what he said is when there's a problem, always go up, right? So seek your upline. And that's what we're here for you guys. But it's totally like such a great business move for you to reach out and find that success partner for yourselves. It's going to help you get to that next level in your personal growth, in your business that you really want to achieve. Since we've been working together, I know I really would never quit being a coach because I love it, but just being able to relate to somebody and to say, sometimes this is hard, this business can get hard. People can be buttholes.
Yeah.
Like really, it can get hard. And having that sisterhood together where we can relate and grow and even take breaks. So I mean, this kind of thing maybe feels like it's more about pushing each other or always rising up, whatever. But I think what we've recognized in our relationship is that sometimes that means, as moms, as busy parents, sometimes that means we step back and then we have each other still there, still believing in us. And that's been so incredible. Because thank you. Okay, so that's a match. The first step in finding a success partner is to figure out what you have to offer. And some of these things are things I heard recently in a workshop that I was in, but instead of looking for someone to motivate you, ask, what do I have to offer someone else? It's hard to be like, okay, one thing that I learned in my life coaching class that always resonated with me, like if I spent the money I spent on that course, which was completely unnecessary, was worth it with this one thing that I took away. And that was, you cannot motivate another person into action. And so as coaches, if we think that we have to be that motivator for our challengers, for our success partners, for our team, we are going to be burnt city. So we're not there. I'm not thinking like, well, what can Chrissy do for me today, right? Just like with anything else in life, when you can give, you get so much back in return. So one of the biggest steps when you're looking for that success partner relationship, it's not to say like, okay, what am I going to put on this person? It's to say, what can I do for this person? How can I add value? And I tell you, every time I do something like that, if I do a training, if I talk to Chrissy, if I help her through something, if I help a coach through something, that's when I feel like, like I'm doing all right. It's not when I'm getting. So just keep that in mind when you're going into this, is really think about that. And thinking about that is so good for your personal growth, of being honest with yourself. Like, ask yourself, what are my personal and business strengths? What are your strengths? And, sometimes that might be good, depending on your personality type, to find another person with those same strengths, and then you run together and you go. Sometimes it might be good to find someone with opposite strengths, and then you yin-yang together and you go. But that's going to depend on really what works for you. But identifying those personal strengths that you have, if you do nothing else, that will propel you. And so do that when you're looking for a success partner. Also, identify what areas you need to develop. Where are you maybe lacking? Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself, and then reach out with these truths and find someone that gets it, Find someone that gets it. Set your goals. It's not always necessary that you and your success partner have the exact same goals. It's just good to know. If you're in a partnership with someone whose goal, is completely different than yours, it's just good to know, because you may not be running at the same speed. And it's really been fun. It's added so much fun, which is huge for me. Fun to my business to be running with Chrissy, who's at the same speed. Her and I were at the same pretty much place when we met. We have similar goals, and so it does work that way. Where to look, I don't know, this may be like, duh, but you just have to be open to connecting. Is there a coach that you've been following that may be on the same team, maybe on a different team, someone that you think that you might really connect with? Be open to that connection. If there's a coach that you're kind of, mutually interacting with, like you like their posts, they like yours, maybe reach out. That might be someone that gets you and that you could really grow with. Also, of course, check the team page. We have Team FitFAM, Team Titus. We can, match, like put it out there if you're looking for someone and no one within our organization. We have the Team Forward Fitness. Chrissy, I'm not sure your bigger upline, but there are so many resources and pages and places to do this. And it has been really cool to have somebody from a different organization to talk to. Like, I pull from her things that I would have never had access to, and it's really cool. And so just be open to that. There are the Beachbody pages. Chrissy's her ad was up in like the Western region coach page, I think. Maybe.
It may have been Beachbody Champions, but I can't remember. It was either Beachbody Champions or the West. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of those two. So no, if you're not in any of those extended groups that are for Beachbody coaches that have nothing to do with your upline, they are out there, and that's where she posted. And I'll tell, like, I saw her ad, and I was like, it was a point in my business that if anyone else would have posted, probably would have flew right over my head. But she posted everything, everything she said. Like, I enjoy long walks on the beach and I started, like, I'm like, okay, she's a goober. I can do this. And then I'm like, I scoped her out. I'm like, checking her profile. Okay, I see Pio. I see Turbo Fire. I see kids. I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to reach out. And I remember even telling Matt when I was sending that message, I'm like, talk to this chick. I'm gonna get
it's about to get real.
I'm like, this is next level stuff. And it was exciting. And
It was romantic.
it was very romantic.
I loved it.
It was. And then, you know, but Chrissy was cool though, because she had a platform. Like for me, if I would have reached out and be like, woo, 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 but Chrissy had a platform. She had something in mind. And she was like, okay, well, maybe when can we connect and really talk and see if we're a good fit, and left it open to be not a good fit. And that was cool. So once we did talk, it was like kismet. And
Yeah. It was awesome.
it was good. It was good. But yeah. So anyways, just know that. And then also always there's the option, reach out to your upline, but this is your business. Own it. Own it. Own your business and go find someone to run with. You know, don't
Run.
let your upline hold you down.
Yeah.
Be offended. Just own your business and go find someone to run with. You know, it's fun. Okay. That is the cinnamon roll.
So it's not the roll, R-O-L-E, R-O-L-L tonight. I love this.
I do it. Okay. So again, understand your personality types, right? Like some people might really want a partner to do things with, a partner in crime. Like that might be what you're looking for. Someone else might really just want to connect once a week and make sure that, like, are you on point? Yes, I'm on point. Yes, blah, 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 and then business done, right? I'm not, I don't know. I'm not that, but there are a lot of personality types. So what Chrissy and I do is what we do. No, this is a relationship you get to create, and that is so cool. So it could be different, but set a time and consistently meet. So we meet consistently every week, and there was a time that we didn't, but it was okay and it was understood. And after that time, we developed like a word, like a safe word, like like hey, we're still here, but I just need to withdraw, basically. And I know when I have pulled that cord that she's still going to be there. I don't feel any judgment. I never judge her. And, we're there. So consistently meeting, though, I think is really important, and identifying when you don't want to. Running challenge groups together, this could be something really fun. If you haven't found that person within the team page or whatever, if you want to do it together, find someone to do those things together with. We encourage that. The first people who left the nest was Ryan, my cousin, and Miranda. And it was like right in the beginning of, it was pretty early on for both of them. They've been like coaches for like a month or two. And they sent me this message like, hey, we don't want you to be sad, but we're going to go do our own thing. And I was like, yes! Because that was such an awkward moment for me to fly the coop from the girls that I had been building the business with in the beginning. And I know that that's like a moment. That's like the time when you're like, you've chosen to grow. And I love it. And I encourage it. And I want that for you all. So, okay. Hosting team calls together. Maybe you want to get in on this kind of stuff, right? Obviously, if you do, you can always reach out to one of us. We are like, host a call. Please. We want to hear from you. I'm not an expert, right? I'm not. I just know what I know. And so do you, no matter how long you've been in the business. But you might want to just fly the coop. And you might want someone to do that with. You could host team calls together. One idea that I really liked was practicing doing the hard stuff with each other. So like if you're starting to grow your team and you notice one of your coaches is kind of like, maybe being spammy or something with their posts, and this is, you want to guide them, but you don't know how to say it. practice with your success partner. It could be so good. And then with Chrissy and I, we do get things off of our chest. And I don't want her to be my dumping grounds for all my stuff. But it's helpful, and she understands, and she's there, and she's, it's really been helpful. And you never want to bring that stuff to your downline. You just don't. And so having her there, and I'm there equally for her, it's really, really, really been amazing. Okay. What if your partnership isn't working? Goals can change. It's okay. Don't get into this thinking, okay, well, this is like the end all be all. Consider starting a relationship if you're unsure, and say, hey, let's try this, and give it a time frame. Like, hey, let's try this for 30 days. Hey, let's try this for 90 days and see how we go, and then be okay with reassessing. This is a business relationship. At the end of the day, I love my Chrissy, and I will always be there for her. We're, sometimes in this business, it's hard to just say, like, I want to really grow. I want to really do some things. And so we're doing this for that reason at the end of the day. And so no hard feelings, be okay. And then just open yourself up to new connections and keep rising to that level you want to rise to. Okay, I have some truth bombs to end my little spiel. Yeah. So, sometimes this business is hard. Your success partner is not your punching bag, but someone there to inspire you to keep growing, and you are there to do the same. For you to keep growing yourself, she doesn't have to grow me. She doesn't have to water my seeds. I'm filling my own cup. She's filling her own cup, and we're doing it side by side, and we're there to support that. The things you feel the most resistance towards are the things that will give you the most personal growth. So where there's resistance, there is growth, just like with your muscles, just like with that. If you feel resistance to reaching out for a success partner, consider it, because you could really find a lot of growth through this experience, personal, and business and otherwise. So just consider it. You are responsible for your own business. A success partner can be pivotal, but only if you show up. Just like anything else in life, it works if you do the work, if you show up for the calls, if you make those arrangements, if you show up as that partner. It can be pivotal, but it's not your partner's fault or your upline's fault or your husband's fault or your kid's fault if nothing goes your way. It's you. You own it. And by ownership, you get control. You have your power. If it's anyone else's fault or responsibility, you've given away your power. So you're responsible for your own business, and you're responsible for this relationship. Show up. Sometimes you'll have to say hard things, and sometimes you'll have to hear things that are hard to hear. Be open to the process. It's not easy to for me, it's not easy to be like, well, yeah, but you said you wanted this, or to hear that, well, Larissa, yeah, but you're not doing the work. Like, those things are hard to hear, but that is coaching. That's coaching. And sometimes we have to take our emotions out of it and just be open to that process. That's all I have.
That was good.
Thank you.
So, I wanted to take over for just a second, and I wanted to show you guys some examples. I love Google. Some examples of famous entrepreneurs or business owners who had known success partners. And one of the top ones that came to my mind, of course, was Steve Jobs. He didn't start Apple alone. He had his partner, Steve Wozniak, who complemented his skill set very well. And we know how brilliant Steve Jobs was. Mark Zuckerberg had Eduardo Severin, whatever that guy's name is. Who watched the movie? That guy in the movie. Mary Kay Ash had her son, Richard Rogers. So there's all these people, these famous people who know, you know their name. But if you research them, they had partners that pushed them, that did the job with them. So I wanted to bring that to your attention because I really feel like you don't just step into success. Like she said in the very first slide, the link between success and accountability is irrefutable. And that's what your success partner is, simply your accountability partner. That person who will have tough conversations with you, that person who will listen to you when you need to be listened to, but also that person who's going to want to push you to be more. So I had a really quick inspirational quote I wanted to share, and then I've got action steps for you guys. Who doesn't love homework? Who loves homework? Who loves homework? Okay. Larissa. Oh, yay. We had some hands up. We're going to start giving you homework. So I just wanted to share an inspirational quote from Steve Jobs, the famous Steve Jobs. God rest his soul. So anyway, one of his famous inspirational quotes is, "My job is not to be easy on people. My job is to make them better." And I thought this is so true for success partners. So many times she said in her sales pitch on success partners about how you have to have those tough conversations, or, you're keeping them accountable. And that's one way that you're making them better. Okay. They signed up in this opportunity, and you signed up in this opportunity with a vision in mind and something that you wanted to achieve. And this person is merely that person that's going to act as a buffer for those days when you say, "I want to quit," because they're going to happen. And if you haven't threatened to quit yet, don't worry, your day's coming. But make sure you have a success partner in play before you sign the dotted line, before you send your cancellation email. Because trust me, it's hard. This business is hard. There's going to be times where it's, you get a lot of no's, or you have someone return a challenge pack, or you have a coach quit. It's going to happen. And having a success partner there to keep you focused on your vision and why you started this is really going to get you where you need to go. So my action items for you guys is, if you don't have a success partner, get one. Get one ASAP. Larissa suggested, those other pages like Beachbody Champions. You can also reach out to me and my team. I can tell you if there's anyone on my team looking for success partners. Reach outside of your organization, or, I would recommend going across, not down or up, just because it puts too much pressure on the relationship itself. And so I highly recommend getting someone out of your organization. So get a success partner. If you don't have one, message your upline coach when you do, letting them know, "Hey, Larissa," or "Hey, whoever my upline is, I found a success partner." And then I want you guys to set up a time to meet with them. Phone call, or maybe they're local. You can grab coffee with them or whatever, and sit down and have that conversation. Like, are we going to be a good fit? Get a little bit about their personality, ask them what their goals are, what you hope to get out of the relationship. That's something that I set forth in the very first conversation that Larissa and I had. I was like, this is kind of what I have in mind, because I had this vision of how I wanted it to work. And if she was not even willing to meet that for me, then we knew it wouldn't be a good fit, because I would be wanting something that she was not willing to provide. And she's not only given me focus, she's pumped me up. She's made me feel good about myself. She's redirected me so many times. And she's really just been exactly everything I've needed and more in a success partner. And she's amazing, you guys. You guys have a really good leader. And in fact, I'm trying to find the original post that I made.
I was going to look for it.
It was really good. It was really good. But yeah, it's having a success partner and someone you can reach on to is really just crucial. It's really crucial.
It is.
I'm looking. I can't find it.
One thing that was shared recently, and I thought it was like, wow, pretty mind-blowing, was something from Lindsay Matway. I don't know if anyone saw her post about how many diamonds she has had, like lifetime diamonds, and how many she has. The road to success in this business is through loads and loads and loads of failure, which is hard.
I found it.
You did?
I it. I'm going to share. Oh my gosh. Okay. So September 2nd, this whole relationship started. Oh my gosh, you guys, you're going to be so excited. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just me. So I said, wanted, driven, motivated, go-getter for a success partner. A little about me. I'm a 1-star diamond who's pushing for 3-star by the end of this year. I'm quirky, funny, and don't take much seriously besides my business. I'm a Christ follower, wife, stay-at-home mom, and actively involved in my kids' activities and volunteering at church. I'm looking for someone who likes long walks on the beach. Now, really, want someone who will push me and hold me accountable and be willing to meet on weekly calls, work with goal setting, and will stretch me. If this sounds like a good match or someone you're looking for, blah, 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 it's like match.com for coaching. There it is.
There it is.
And there's my little liker right there.
That was really
It's been the best relationship of all. And I know for whatever reason, if our paths diverge or whatever, or we go our separate ways, or for some reason coaching is not in the mix, I can't imagine that. But for whatever reason, if anything like that happens, I always see me being friends with Larissa. I always see that relationship being there. So who couldn't use another BFF? You know what I mean? And especially someone who, wants to do this business with you. So I'll recap the homework. Find a partner. Get a partner. If you already have one, message your upline and let them know, I have one. This is her. She's amazing. We're rocking it. And then number 2, set up a time to meet. Okay. And what Larissa and I are going to do is we're going to create a thread within our own team pages for our action items on our calls each week. So you guys can say done and done. Because that's us holding you accountable, right? We're being coaches. We're having those tough conversations. And also we'll create that thread just so you guys can ask questions or comment or anything like that. So I think we went over a little bit, but we should probably open it for maybe a couple minutes for questions, comments. Does anyone have anything they want to add or ask or anything? No, everyone looks so good. Everyone's all happy and muted. Okay. I love your Jambos, Lexi. They look comfy. Are they silky? No. Oh, they look silky from here.
They're like a super, super soft cotton. And
Ooh.
when I got them, they smelled like the perfume from the store.
Mm.
So I didn't wash them for the longest time.
Your dirty Jambos. I love it.
That's how it is with Victoria's Secret jammies. Those things smell so good. When I bring them home, I'm like, this is not my normal odor, but I'm going to rock it.
I'm loving it. I love it.
All right. So no questions, comments, anything unrelated to this topic that is burning?
Yes, ma'am. Lexi always raises her hand.
I know. Lexi's so polite. I like it. My mom would love you. She would love you.
So I did have a success partner for a long time, actually. And we talked on the phone once a week, every single week. We went over how you did last week. What are your goals for this week? Are there any nuggets that you want to share from personal development or anything like that? And it was awesome. And I think her life just got kind of crazy, and she was on the fence as to whether she wanted to do the whole Beachbody thing. And I don't know if she has made a decision on that, but I've tried calling her a bunch of times and she's not picked up, and I'm bummed. But I texted her about moving close to her, and then she responded. So I don't know. But, so I need a new.
Maybe she's not doing Beachbody anymore, and she doesn't know how to say that to you. She probably feels like she's letting you down.
Yeah.
And I tried leaving her a message and being like, dude, even if you don't do Beachbody, like, I know there are other projects that you're working on and you want to be successful in those. Why don't we talk about those things? Because we were talking about them anyway, you know?
She's probably going through something personal.
Yeah, I kind of have an idea of what's going on with her, but I think that she has a job where she travels a lot, and she has sort of a somewhat glamorous lifestyle. So I think she's getting kind of caught up in that right now, which is fine. You know, if I was traveling and getting free jewelry all the time, I would be all wrapped up in that too. So, but I highly, highly, highly could not recommend more having a success partner, and I'm actively looking for one.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
You have to get one, party people. You have to. Who on the call has one? Success partner. Good. Are you guys Alex and yes. See? The other ladies who I don't know yet, Amaray, is that your name, Amaray? Am I saying that wrong? And Len Hart, Jay, you girls got to get on it this week. Find yourself a success partner. Go to the Beachbody Champions page or that West region if you're in there, or your other team, Brigitte, whatever.
Brigida.
Look in there. Find some people.
Cool.
You can even come and I can match you to my big team, which is Team on Fire, Hillary Kelly's team. That's my coach. Or some people in Team Titus. So if that's something you're open to, just let either Larissa or myself know. But definitely get one and let us know when you've got one, okay? Because we want to be excited for you too.
Yeah, it really is an exciting step. I really was like, Matt, I think I'm going to do this. I don't know.
It's about to get serious.
I think I'm going to, this could really be, it really felt like next level stuff. And it has been. So,
yeah. Well, thank you guys for having us on the call. I love you guys, Team FitFAM. I feel part of the family. You guys are wonderful. And like Larissa said, we're going to do these bi-weekly now. So not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after that. Cool. Are you guys so excited for our next topic? I would tell you, but I'm not going
to. We have a topic. You see,
we do.
Success partner. This is really, I need that, these motions and get what I'm centered and focused and
An answered prayer. It was an answered prayer. All right, ladies, I don't want to keep y'all any longer. Okay. I know you've got families and binge watching on Netflix and personal development and vital behaviors to go do.
One picture. You guys, is anybody else going to take a picture?
Okay. Oh, God. Don't use that second one. Huh? Don't use the second one. I was making a funny face.
Okay, guys. I love you.
Larissa, are you sending that picture anywhere?
Huh?
Are you sending that picture anywhere?
Yeah, I'll post it in the event, maybe? Or in the...
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
And then we can pick which one we look better in, because in case some people looked crappy in the first and better in the second, and where I looked better in the first, I'm sure. So, good. I like the way you ladies think.
Yeah.